Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. There are many ill effects and repercussions for a person who doesn't pray. And from them, and the greatest of them, the Messenger of Allah ﷺ explained to us that if a person doesn't pray, then he has left the fold of Islam. He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, al-ahd baynana baynahum as-salat. The difference between us and them in the kuffar is the salat. وَمَنْ تَرَكَهَا فَقَدْ كَفَرَ. Anyone who leaves it, then he has done an act of kufr. Meaning leaving the salah is an act of kufr. The person leaves the fold of Islam. May Allah protect us. Also from not praying the salah, the Messenger of Allah ﷺ has said all of his good deeds, all of his dunya and his akhirah is lost. So the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said, "Man fata an salat al-asr faqad wutira ahl wa mala." In a hadith which is sahih, the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said, if a person leaves the salah, he leaves one salah, salat al-asr, one salah, he has lost his family and he has lost his wealth. Also from the ill effects of not establishing the salat is that a person will fall into what is haram easily. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the salat tanha anil fahsha wal munkar. The salat prevents a person from fahsha and munkar. And when a person doesn't pray, the opposite meaning now, the mafhum mukhalafa from this ayah, is that if a person doesn't pray, he's going to fall into fahsha and munkar. From the ill effects of not praying, a person will be from the people of the hellfire. May Allah protect us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says on the day of judgment, they will ask each other, why is it that you entered in saqar, on the name of the hellfire, blazing hellfire? قَالُوا لَمْ نَكُ مِنَ الْمُصَلِّينَ. They will say, the first thing they will say, we are in the hellfire because we didn't pray. In Surah Maryam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَخَلَفَهُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِهِمُ الصَّلَاةُ فَخَلَفَهُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ أَضَاعُوا الصَّلَاةِ. After the prophets. Okay, so this is another benefit. If you leave the salah, you are not upon the way of the prophets. In Surah Maryam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَخَلَفَ مِنْ بَعْدِهِمْ أَضَاعُوا الصَّلَاةَ. After the prophets, they left the salat, وَاتَّبَعُوا الشَّهَوَاتِ, and they ended up following their desires. When you leave the salat, you will be a person who gives in to everything. There is nothing left in your life. You completely just go right and left. You follow the crowd. You follow your desires. This seems nice, then you end up doing that. Then as a result, so now this is another ill effect, فَسَوْفَ يَلْقَوْنَ غَيًّا. فَسَوْفَ يَلْقَوْنَ غَيًّا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put them in غَيًّا. غَيًّا is hellfire. Another ill effect from not establishing the salat is that there is a wadi, there is a valley in the hellfire, only for those people who even they pray, but they don't pray properly. They pray the salat. They pray the salat. Imagine, they are praying the salat 5 times a day, they are praying the salat. But they don't pray properly, still in the hellfire. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. Sahu here is that they are completely negligent of their prayers. Not negligent just of the time, but the prayer itself. The shurut, the arkan, the wajibat, the khushu', the khudu', the focus and the humility in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If a person leaves the salat, like we have just, I think this is sufficient now. I was going to mention some more, but I think this is sufficient. Here now you have established that the person loses his dunya, he loses his family, he loses his wealth, he loses his iman, he loses any kind of illumination, and he loses his akhirah, he loses his place in Jannah, and this person is destined, because he's in the life of this dunya walking to the hellfire, so in the akhirah he will be in the hellfire because of the fact that there was no salat in this person's life. May Allah make us of the people who establish the salah in a manner that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with us. هذا والله أعلم. صلى الله على نبينا